Hi, I'm Shannon from houseimprovements.com, and my dryer is giving up the ghost on me. It's making a lot of crazy sounds, and it's time to change I think some of the rollers on it is what's squeaking. So I'm just going to turn it on here so you can hear the sound it's making. If your dryer is making this sound, the fix I'm going to show you might just fix yours. I don't know where the button is. Let's see if we can make that a little quieter. Okay, so I've just brought the dryer out into the room where I've got a little more space around it so we can shoot the video. This is a Maytag dryer. The model number, I'll just read it off to you. So this one is a YWED 75EFW0 Whirlpool dryer. I just went on and I found on Amazon an entire kit for all kind of the internal parts that normally go wrong. There's a belt, there's an idler wheel, or a few idler wheels, and this tensioner pulley. And it all came as a kit, and I think it was like 40-50 bucks, something like that. So it takes a little bit to get the dryer apart, and when you have it all apart, you might as well just change all these parts. I don't know exactly whether it's going to be this little idler pulley or one of these guide wheels that are making all the squeaking noise, but I'm guessing that it's the bearing in one of those that's making all that racket. So I'm going to set that bag out of the way. So the first thing you got to do, most of the more modern dryers are kind of all the same, similar as far as how they come apart. What you're going to want to do is first get the top off. Normally that's just a couple of screws on the back side here. I should have brought a magnetic tray in to keep track of all that, but I didn't. And that should just slide back and slide off. So let's set that to the side. If you have any doubts as you're doing it, you can take some pictures as you're taking things apart, and that may sort of help refresh your memory on what you're doing or what went where. So as I come around this side, you can kind of see in the top here now. So here's the drum. I should be able to spin that by hand. You can hear that squeaking even by hand. Here's the belt itself. I'm going to change that, even though I'm sure it's fine. I need to get this control panel out of the way. So this one here is held on with a couple of nuts up top. And always look for wiring as well as you're taking some of these components apart. There's going to be wires that need to be disconnected carefully so you don't break anything. Why isn't this coming out of there? That one. There's one there. And also, you'll see, I'm sure this thing's dusty and dirty like crazy, so when you're taking this all apart, it's a good time to clean the whole thing out too. Now there's a couple little kind of snaps on the back here. If I just lift up, they should come unattached. And there is a wire here, so I'll get that off before I break it. And then the control panel all comes off. Next we need to get this, basically the whole front end off of here. So it looks like on this one, a couple more screws here. 3 actually. You can see already some of the dust and lint and that. So 3 there. And I imagine, yeah, probably these ones on this one. And then the front should pop off. Yeah, there were a couple down on the very bottom of nuts, and I've already taken those off earlier. And then I decided I should do a video, so I waited for a bit, but now our whole front should come off, and there's another wiring clip up here that I'm gonna undo. Right down in this corner here. It's probably the door sensor, I'm guessing. Get that apart. Get that apart. I think that's all the screws for that. Okay, so there's the front door. So as you can see, we're going to end up with most of the dryer completely ripped apart because we're trying to get this drum out. What else are we going to have to take apart? Looks like we're going to need this frame piece off of here. Okay, so there's that. I'm wondering, not sure how well that's going to sit there when I pull the drum out, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see what else we got to pull off. Looks like this housing on here, this is the venting. Oh, you can see all the lint down here. That's what I was saying. It's going to need a good cleaning while I've got it apart. I think this is where the lint trap goes in and it goes to the fan and out to the blower. Looks like I've got to get it all off of there. Might find a sock in here if we're lucky. This plug undone. Another screw here. What am I missing? Oh, maybe right here. One more screw way down at the bottom. I don't think you'll be able to see it. I missed it myself. Okay, so that came off, and that's really gross. And we do vacuum that out as well as we can, but obviously you can't get in there too well from the top. So that really needs to be cleaned out. All this crap. This is your blower. Sometimes this will make noise too, or you might even get a paper clip or a pencil or something fall in here and it'll click on there, but I'm pretty sure that's not where our noise is coming from. Okay. So we got that off. Now, we're really close to getting the drum off now. Disassemble the whole thing. And I didn't heed my own advice and take any pictures, so hopefully it goes back together. Okay. So I think my drum will be pretty much free. I'm just not sure if this control board is going to stay there or not. There we go. Okay, so that all comes off. So here's some of those wheels right here. So those just guide the drum to keep it going. Other than dirty, that one sounds a little dry, but they're really not bad. Sometimes these rubber wheels, they kind of almost look like inline skate wheels. Sometimes there'll be actually chunks out of those, but these ones here actually aren't in too bad a shape. But I'm going to change them anyways, just because I've got all the parts and it's enough work to take this apart. I might as well just do it since I have everything. Now, this one, I don't know if you're going to see this. So that little guide pulley, tensioner pulley, puts tension on the belt to make it grip the tub, make it, or the drum I should say. There. Should be able to use the belt to help lift the drum up. Belt must have got caught on something, so I'm going to try to slip it off the back. So then our drum comes out. Voila! 101 ways to wreck your dryer. So here's the belt. So it ran around the drum up there, and it goes on the end of the motor right here that spins it. And this is the pulley I was talking about. So the belt came around there and around this pulley, and it's spring loaded. So I had to pull that pulley out of the way and drop the belt off it so it would loosen up. So it's one of these, probably this one right there, because it won't even turn freely. This is one of the culprits that was squealing, although these ones sound pretty dry too. So like I said, we're going to change it all. I think I'll stop, and next thing I'm going to do is vacuum this all out just to make it a little cleaner to work on, and then we'll come back in and show you how I change the pieces. Okay, so we've got our wheels here. I'm going to change them first. So there's kind of a plastic retaining clip here. And the new kit, if you break one of these ones getting them off, the new kit actually sent new clips and everything. So pop that off. Wheel comes off. I don't think there's any, proper side to go to or anything. There's another clip on that side, but it looks okay, so I won't bother changing it. Slide that on. And I guess I might as well use a clip here. They're little, I broke that one. These clips aren't as good that come with it, so let's maybe put the old one back on. It's a little more flexible. There. Now in this bag that the wheel came in, so there was 2 new clips, and there was this other style of clip too, but I don't think I need that one. I mean, they weren't on this before, so that might be just for different models, I don't know. Okay, so that seems to be all right. Do the same thing on this one. Now that I know I want to try to save these clips, I'll be a little more gentle, hopefully. Come on. And it kind of gets hair and everything around it, so kind of gross, really. New one on, and what do I do with my clip? Did I leave it? Oh, here it is. They're hard to find on this carpet.
Seems like such a simple little clip, but it takes a little bit to stretch it the right direction. There. Okay, so we got those two on. So this is the front piece that we took off, kind of right before the drum came off. So that's that one. Now I'm going to move in here. I'm going to change those two back there, and then I'll change this wheel, which is held on with the exact same kind of thing. I'll try to get the camera around there when I do it to show you, but I'll do these other two quick at the back before we do that tensioner pulley. You know what, honestly I was expecting these to be a bit of a bearing, but it's really just the shaft on this bushing here. I'm just wondering if it would hurt to give it a little shot of WD-40 or something like that. Seems to spin pretty good though. I don't think I will. So maybe it was this tensioner pulley that was squeaking more than anything. I don't know. Because I really thought these were a bearing on here. Hopefully I don't go to all this and it doesn't fix the squeak. The motor sounds okay. You know, I think I've changed my mind. I don't think I'll use WD-40, but I think I have some light oil that I'll put on there since I've got it ripped apart. So this is just a 3-in-1 lubricating oil. And I'm choosing this over WD-40 just because of the dust situation and lint and that. I think the WD-40 might just cause more issues with attracting the lint. So I'm just gonna put a drop on here. So it's not gonna take much. And just put it on there on each one. So those 3 that I put on already, I'll pop them off. Just put a little drop on there. Just as I was doing it, I thought, you know, I've got it ripped apart now. I really don't want to rip it apart again. So far, the hardest part has been those clips. Okay, so let's first, I'm going to go back and do those other 3, put a bit of oil on. But let's get this off of here. I don't know what the best camera angle is going to be. Maybe what I'll do, I'll just kind of show you the other side, if I can. So you can see here, it's got the same little clip like we were doing before, so it should just pull off, put the new one on. Okay, there's that. Okay, that's what I was looking for. There's a little bushing here. I seen there was a bushing on this old one. So I'm going to take it off. I just wanted to be sure there was a new bushing in the new package. So I'll put that on. Put a little Bit of oil on there too. And we'll just lube things up a bit. That clip went on way easier. Okay, I'm gonna break away and lube up those other shafts, and then we'll put this baby back together. Okay, so I've got my rollers all back on and my tensioner pulleys on, so it's time to get the drum back in there. So I put my new belt around the drum. The belt has some grooves in it. I don't know if you can see them there. Those need to be towards the drum because of the way they ride on the pulley. Okay, so I'll see if I can get this in here by myself. Hopefully that belt isn't going to be an issue. It's got a lot of kinks in it from being all folded up in a little package. And hopefully it's going to stay the way I want it to stay. Now, again, you're not really going to see this, but basically I've got to get the belt around the shaft on the motor. There's a pulley there. And then around that tensioner and get tension on it. It could be a little tricky here by myself, so we'll see. Okay, so I was having problems. Seemed like the belt was too long, but it was because I was routing it wrong. So I wanted to show you here more how it is. So this piece here under my thumb goes out and around this way, and the other one comes back off the motor and around the pulley. So I've kind of got to get my hand in here. Find the belt. Get around the motor. And I need to okay, so we finally got the drum in there. Kind of took two of us, so it was pretty tough to film it. So but we got that in, we got the belt all sitting on there the right direction, so we should be good that way. Now we got to put this bulkhead piece back on. So we've got these two wheels on the bottom, so I'm going to try to get them in under this lip, and that whole drum sits around in here, and then this should hook up on this if we get it in the right spot. Oops. That's one side. Okay, so that's kind of hanging there. And this was that plug. I'm just going to get a couple of these screws back in. Okay, so those are in there. Now this tin ducting that we cleaned out as best we could. Better plug this in before I forget about it. Let's see which way, like that. The prongs had a shape to them, so it can only be plugged in one direction. This little piece fell off, but it was just clipped in here somehow. So we'll figure that out when we get it in here. And this part here all fits right in here under this plastic lint trap pocket. So let's see if I can get it on there. kind of sharp, so you gotta watch your fingers. Okay, something like that. Tighten that till I get these all in. Here. Where did this fourth one go? Okay, so I found the culprit. This bracket I've got in backwards. It's supposed to be in somehow this way, and then a screw way down in there. Okay, so we should be able to put this bulkhead back in. There's a tab on each side that kind of fits into a slot here to get you lined up. Just making sure the drum turns all right. I don't think there was any tabs to get you lined up on there. I don't think. We've got our door sensor wire, so I'm going to feed it. Make sure I get it up in there. Oh, I've got those screws in too early. Can't reach my door sensor. Up in there where I can get at it. There is a little tab there, right there, that it hooks on. Okay, so we got that. How many leftover screws do we have? Not too many yet. Now there's these big screws with the Phillips head on them right here. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, now we've got the control panel. Where did that wire go? Through this big hole. Okay. almost there. That one I can throw on the top. Direction. There. Screws there. All right, now we can test it. Okay, well, let's give it a test and just see. That's the way it should sound. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Probably took me an hour and a half or something. Never changed one on this particular dryer before, so that's not so bad. But at least now you can kind of see the ins and outs of all the little pieces you got to take off. We basically just had the shell left when we were done, as you've seen. I'll put a link to that kit that I had there, and that, well, actually to dryers on Amazon. I'll just put a link there, and maybe that'll help you find the parts for your dryer. Thanks for watching.